Hey y'all, it's Brandi. So this is part 2 of the drive-in movie reviews over the weekend at Skyview drive-in on this beautiful day. So the first movie I did talk about was the little animated creature, the Sonic the Hedgehog. In this movie review, I will be talking about the horror or super horror movie called The Wretched. Alright, so for this movie, it is actually not rated yet, so I would say it's definitely not family friendly. It is a horror movie, so definitely not family friendly on this one. Summary. So it is about a teenage boy that's defiant. You know, his parents just got a divorce, kind of rebels a little bit, goes and spends time with his dad, and then notices kind of some odd behavior with his neighbor. He notices that his neighbor is actually possessed and tries to, figure out what's going on. I don't want to give too much spoilers away, but pretty much it's about a neighbor that is possessed by a witch from like a tree in the middle of like the forest, and like possesses people and can like talk to people and convince them to do things and not do things, pretty much. So the boy, obviously, no one's gonna believe him, and he's trying to spy on his neighbors to figure out like what the heck is going on. That's pretty much the gist of the summary. All right, actors. I will kind of preface, some of these actors and actresses' names are a little bit challenging, so if I do mess them up, I apologize. Names are kind of challenging sometimes to figure out how to pronounce, so again, I apologize. All right, Piper Curda is in the movie I Didn't Do It or School Spirit. John Paul Howard was in 14 Cameras. That is another like horror kind of suspense movie that I have seen. It's pretty decent. Or The Space Between Us. Let's see. Zara Mahler is also in it. Gabriella Bloomgarden. AZ Tesfa is in Supergirl or Jane the Virgin. Blaine Crockerell, Jamison Jones. Let's see. Richard Ellis, Amy Walter, Judah Abner, and Kevin Bingley. That's pretty much the entire cast with the actors. All right, the plot. So with my research, I did do a little bit of research to try to find if there was like any legend on any like possessed witch from like the forest and the trees. And to my knowledge, I could not find anything. If you find otherwise though, I would love for you to comment below. But like I said, I did not find anything. They had like this symbol that, because also in horror movies, typically there's like symbols that mean anything, and I did not recognize the symbol. So if you find something else otherwise, I would love for you to comment. Because for me, horror is honestly one of my favorite genres. So I like to be knowledgeable about the different horror and the different legends for the movies. Okay, the plot and the writing, it kind of was, I'm trying to kind of say this, like comparing other horror movies like The Ring, The Grudge, I'm trying to think of any other ones. The Ring, The Grudge, The Conjuring. For me, as like a horror movie fan, it wasn't definitely my top horror movies. It was a little bit slower, and typically when it's slower, I realize that it is developing like character development and the plot, but for me it was a little bit slower in my opinion. It didn't really pick up until the ending, figuring out, what was going on with the neighbor and whatnot. So comparing to other horror movies, I would rate this movie a 5.5 out of 10. I would, recommend it if there's maybe nothing else that you can find, or if you like, possessed kind of witch movies, then I would recommend you maybe just try it out and see if you like it, and then if you don't, then stop it. But like I said, comparing to like The Conjuring and The Grudge and The Ring and other horror movies, it definitely wasn't like a top 10 or 20 list for me, in my opinion. But if you watch it and you think otherwise, I would love for you to comment below and tell me your opinion on why you liked it, or if you didn't like it and you agree with me. I would also love you to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and comment with any other movies that you would like for me to watch. If there's a particular genre that you would like to see more of, I would also love for you to comment below. Until then, keep watching those movies. See you guys.